I think at one time too, I remember my brother when he found out I was working in long-term care and I was describing the menu extensions, how it was such a, he's in production in manufacturing. He said, what a production nightmare for a kitchen to have like 6 different renditions of the same diet, same day. And I said, but it's really necessary. And he said, I thought all you did was give him a tube. I said, no, babe, maybe at one time before residents' rights.
We do more than that.
Oh, definitely.
A can and a tube. I said, some people, they need that, but not many, and boy, is that scrutinized if they are on permanent feeding.
Yes.
Do you find that with a tube feeding, or even being tied in bed, they aren't just tied in bed and given a tube forever, are they? There's a lot of the care conferences, and I think every day that order has to come through, because it's not regarded as something that's going to be permanent.
Right.
Unless it has to be.
That's true. If it can be temporary, that's a great step in the right direction, that they can eventually advance their nutrition to more healthful foods by mouth, as we call them.
Yes. Get that GI tract and working again, and bit by bit, because if you're not using it, isn't that true? Your GI tract just doesn't work that well unless it's use it or lose it.
Yeah.
You have the ability.
That's true.
So you're coming into nutrition at a time where I think it's more demanding, but it's demanding because it's being used. It's not just putting a tube down people's throats, which is easy, actually.
Yes.
But no, it's very easy.
It is very easy, and that's a solution that people want to sometimes throw at you. It's like, no, I'd rather have them try to eat first.
Right.
People are seeing the connection now. Many of the clients that I meet with are maybe in their mid-50s to 60s, and they've lived their life the best they can in regards to their health, and they're seeing the long-term picture now, and they really want to make sure that they are preventing long-term disease, and if they already have some signs such as pre-diabetes or high cholesterol, of how to turn that around and make sure that they can stay well very long.
Oh yeah. Can you tell the group what is pre-diabetes?
Pre-diabetes is a condition in which the blood sugar is slightly elevated. It's almost like a warning sign to you that your body isn't processing certain foods the way it needs to or the way it used to. So then in that case, the physician can kind of urge you to take some steps for behavior change so that you can help your body to do what it needs to do to help prevent type 2 diabetes. So pre-diabetes is almost like a niche in time where you're able to really make good health changes in regards to your diet, your activity, and hopefully turn around that elevation and keep your blood sugar levels stable so that you won't have to develop type 2 diabetes.
So really they haven't developed it yet, but you can see where if they don't change or get the education and support they need, they might very well go down the slippery slope toward developing it, is what I'm hearing.
Right, and that's what we mentioned to our clients, that they need to prevent or delay the onset of type 2 diabetes, that they really have an opportunity to do the things they need to do at that point.
Because once you have diabetes, it doesn't go away, does it?
No, unfortunately there's no cure, but we call it controlled. So once your blood sugar levels are elevated, you're able to get them back down through healthful eating and diet and medication, but you always have that risk to have an increase again. So that's why once you get your habits in place, they need to be lifelong, and you want that constant support and education through nutrition to really make that happen.
Now, when you say constant support, this is not something a patient's going to learn in one session, is it? Could you describe the process, like how many times? How many times would a person with pre-diabetes have to see you, or are they allowed to see you?
Well, typically we would prefer at least 3 to 6 sessions a year to really follow up with the lab reports. We know that blood glucose levels are measured over 2 to 3 months with the hemoglobin A1C, and that's the benchmark that physicians use and that the American Diabetes Association recommends. So at that point we want to be checking in with them to make sure that they're on the right path. So 3 to 6 times per year is preferred. More than that is always welcome, that if they need an extra push or if they are having difficulty in processing or comprehending what's going on, that we can certainly meet more often and help them with their needs.